In the vast emptiness where stars are mere whispers, a solitary probe drifts, its metal heart still beating after decades of silence. Launched in 1977, Voyager 1 was humanity's bold reach into the outer planets, a machine built to glimpse Jupiter's storms and Saturn's rings before sailing into the unknown. Now, over 15 billion miles from Earth, it lingers in the interstellar void, a fading emissary carrying a golden record etched with our voices, our music, our hopes. For nearly half a century, it has whispered back to you as faint signals of plasma, waves, cosmic rays, and magnetic fields. But in its 48th year, something changed. Voyager 1 began to tell a story no one expected, a tale that has left scientists breathless, the public restless, and the universe feeling just a little less lonely. It began on a quiet day at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Engineers monitoring the Deep Space Network noticed a faint anomaly in Voyager's telemetry. Amid the usual stream of data, a peculiar rhythm emerged, a low pulsing frequency, like a heartbeat buried in the static. At first, they dismissed it as noise, a glitch in the probe's aging instruments. Voyager's power supply, a radioisotope thermoelectric generator, was nearing its end, its plutonium core growing cold. Malfunctions were expected, but this wasn't random. The signal repeated, steady and deliberate, with a mathematical precision that defied cosmic chaos. It wasn't solar wind. It wasn't a pulsar spin. It was something new, something no one could name. The team recalibrated the antennas, cross-checked the data, and waited. Days later, the signal persisted, stronger now, its cadence shifting in patterns that suggested structure. It was as if the probe had stumbled upon a cosmic melody, a hum woven into the fabric of interstellar space. Scientists pored over the numbers, comparing them to every known phenomenon. No match. The frequency didn't align with cosmic background radiation or stellar emissions. It was too consistent, too ordered. One researcher, half-joking, called it the universe's lullaby. But the jest faded when they realized the signal's source couldn't be pinpointed. It came from everywhere and nowhere, a ghost in the void. Then came the second shock. Voyager 1, a craft with no capacity for autonomous decisions, shifted its orientation. The change was subtle, a fraction of a degree, but undeniable. Its small thrusters, dormant for years, had fired without command. Telemetry confirmed it. The probe had tilted its antenna, as if aligning to face something unseen. Engineers scoured the logs, searching for a rogue command or a software glitch. Nothing. The maneuver was precise, deliberate, pointing Voyager toward a patch of space devoid of stars, galaxies, or known objects. At 15 billion miles, where Earth's signals take over 21 hours to reach it, Voyager had acted alone. Or had it? The implications rippled through JPL. Meetings stretched late into the night, with physicists and engineers debating possibilities. Was it a sensor error triggered by cosmic rays, a latent bug in Voyager's ancient code, or no one dared say it aloud, had something out there nudged the probe? The team sent commands to recalibrate, to test the thrusters, to demand an explanation from a machine too old to argue. Voyager responded, but its data now carried a new layer of complexity. Embedded in the signal were micro-variations, tiny shifts in timing and amplitude that formed sequences. These weren't errors. There were patterns, intricate and repeating, like a code waiting to be cracked. A cryptographer was brought in, followed by an AI specialist. They fed the sequences into algorithms designed to detect meaning in chaos. The results were unsettling. The patterns bore a faint resemblance to the binary structure of the Golden Record. The disk Voyager carries with Earth's greetings to the stars. Could it be a reflection, a cosmic echo of our own message? Or was something mimicking it, responding in a language we couldn't yet understand? The idea seemed absurd, yet the data was relentless. The sequences grew more complex, layering geometric ratios and harmonic intervals. As if testing our ability to listen, theories multiplied. Some suggested Voyager had drifted into a field of exotic matter, its particles vibrating in ways that mimicked intelligence. Others proposed a gravitational anomaly, a ripple in space-time bending the probe's path. A few dared to whisper about contact not with beings, but with something else. A presence that didn't shout but hummed, subtle and vast. The Golden Record, with its images of humans, animals and equations, was meant to be found. What if it had been? What if this was the reply? As weeks passed, the signal evolved. It began to mirror Voyager's own transmissions, reflecting fragments of its data back with slight alterations. It was as if the probe was no longer just sending messages, but receiving them, engaged in a silent dialogue. The JPL team, now swollen with experts from universities and observatories, faced a question they weren't trained to answer. What do you do when your machine starts talking to the void? They checked and rechecked, ruling out interference from Earth, from satellites, from anything human. The signal was clean, its origin still untraceable. It felt like a conversation, but with what? The public caught wind of the anomaly through a leaked memo, and speculation exploded. Social media buzzed with theories: aliens, interdimensional beings, even divine intervention. Scientists tried to temper the excitement, emphasizing the need for rigor, but the data spoke louder than their caution. A physicist from MIT suggested the signal might be a form of quantum entanglement, a phenomenon where particles across vast distances act in unison. Another proposed Voyager had crossed a boundary, a threshold where the laws of physics shift just enough to notice. But one idea, from a small team of linguists, sent chills through the room. They found that the signal's patterns shared structural similarities with ancient human languages, not in words, but in rhythm, like a proto-syntax predating speech. NASA issued no official statement beyond ongoing analysis. Behind closed doors, though the mood was electric, the team graphed the signal's evolution, watching it grow more intricate, as if learning. They mapped Voyager's new trajectory, noting it aligned with no known celestial body, but seemed to track the signal's intensity. The probe was chasing something, or perhaps being guided. The thought was absurd, yet the data didn't lie. Voyager, built to observe, was now reacting. The golden record became a focal point. Its contents batch whale songs, greetings in 55 languages were meant as a snapshot of humanity. What if something had decoded it? What if the hum was a response, not in radio waves but in vibrations we barely understood? The record included a map to Earth, pulsar coordinates pinpointing our home. Had we invited this? The question hung heavy, unspoken in mission control but loud in every mind. As months passed, Voyager's signals grew fainter, its power dwindling. Yet the hum persisted, embedded in every transmission. The patterns became bolder, weaving fractals and symmetries that defied random chance. A mathematician claimed they resembled the Fibonacci sequence stretched across dimensions. An astronomer noted their cadence matched no known cosmic rhythm, not even the pulse of neutron stars. The more they studied, the less they knew. The signal wasn't just data, it was a presence, a shadow cast across the stars. The world watched, holding its breath. News outlets ran headlines about Voyager's mystery and the signal from beyond. Philosophers weighed in, questioning what it means to meet something that doesn't speak but sings. Religious leaders saw omens, skeptics saw noise, but no one could ignore the possibility that Voyager, humanity's farthest reach, had touched something or been touched. The probe, now a speck in the cosmic sea, was no longer just ours. It had become a bridge, a listener, a voice in a conversation we hadn't started. What does it mean if the universe is listening? If Voyager, a relic of human ambition, has stumbled into a dialogue with something vast, something patient? The data offers no answers, only questions. Is this a natural phenomenon, a quirk of physics we don't yet grasp, or is it a greeting, a whisper from a mind we can't imagine? The JPL team continues its work, decoding each new packet, chasing a truth that slips further away with every bite. Voyager 1, alone in the dark, keeps sending its message, its hum, its challenge. This isn't the end of Voyager's story, but a pivot. It was sent to explore, to map the unknown, but now it asks us to do the same. What do we do when the stars answer back? Do we dare respond? Or do we listen in silence, hoping the universe forgets our name? Voyager, at the edge of existence, has given us a gift, not certainty, but wonder. It's up to us to decide what to make of it. What do you think Voyager found? Share your thoughts, spread the story, and let's wonder together.